How about Walt Hovey?
Hovey? You mean Shovey?
Hovey and Galvin are putting on a show back there. All race he's been sideways. Oh! Yeah! There it is!
The street stocks, it's, nothing is going to be any better than Hovey and Josh. That battle, nothing is any better than that.
I really like racing against Josh Galvin. He's kind of like my style. He's kind of aggressive, and it's fun to be able to trade a little paint.
Walt and I have traded paint.
Here we go, 16-18 style. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yo! These guys, they put on a show every week.
And you go race what's fun and what's affordable. And, it's good to know that these veterans, are coming back. I think that's what Corey did, and Moose and Alan and all these guys that come back.
My heart, always belongs to those street stocks. I love those cars.
Just really enjoyed driving those cars, and 2011 came around. I was like, I think it's time to make a change. We came back almost full time.
Past champions, guys with tons of wins.
You have a lot of wins and a lot of championships out there, and it's an all-star race.
It was a big division again, heavy hitters up front all the time. That was really, really fun.
What would I be doing if I wasn't racing? Biting my nails. I gotta race.
The second title for Plymouth. The first came a few years back in the mini stocks.
Wow, look at Puleo. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Wow!
He got wrecked and he went to the pits. Our guys, my crew, was there trying to fix his car. My father and Joe Brockett and my guys were there helping them try and change a control arm that was stuck in the car. And we didn't think it was fair to him to get caught up in somebody else's mess. So we did what we could to get him back out there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get out there in time. I'd much rather be friends with Eddie outside the track than race him on the track. I'm glad he's retired right now.
I'm going to say Puleo is the hardest I've ever had to race. He doesn't get shook. So 9 out of 10 times if you put someone in an awkward position, they're gonna fall back and you're gonna make the pass. Eddie, I could never shake Eddie. Eddie was tough to beat.
Oh, Nelly! Oh, here goes Puleo! Wow! Wow! Oh, I think Eddie got him! Wow! That's impressive.
Street stock champion for 2012, Walt Hovey Jr. How relieved are you now that it's all over and you are a champion?
Yeah, it's quite a bit of weight lifted off my shoulders.
I was thrilled for Walter when he got the championship and he was able to win the last race. I think Corey's one of the best in Connecticut.
If you're coming through the field and Corey's in the lead and you get up to second, are you more jammed up to chase him down because it's Corey?
Yes.
You know, I think of Josh Galvin against Corey Hutchings. That was a ferocious battle. Two guys who would do everything to win.
Down the backstretch. Josh Galvin has it by half car length. On the top side of the Speedbowl track surface, is Corey Hutchings going to hang on? Galvin has it from the lead in turn one. It is a 7-race flag. Go to the outside.
He's probably a lot like me. As soon as you get the helmet on, there's no friends anymore.
Loved watching Josh Galvin race. He's a guy that is always going to put on a show, and you could tell he's another one of those guys that when he's out there and he's behind the wheel, he's leaving nothing on the table. He's putting it all out there.
Josh Galvin was one of those guys that lived by the sword, died by the sword. You know, he would get into you, you get into him, he didn't matter. He wouldn't be pointing fingers. To him, that was racing.
Him and I, we battled real hard together, and you know, we kind of come to an agreement that we're both thick-headed, and you know, we both want to win just as bad as the next guy. So we kind of toned it down with each other, show a little bit more respect for each other.
People always called Corey and I like arch nemesis, but I think it's just, I think it's more of a huge respect on both ends. 2014 season, there was a few things different about that season. It was the first time we ever brought our car to another shop, Vinny Beetle's shop, and Eddie Puleo housed all the cars there, and he did a lot of work on my car in the off season. It wasn't so much of a job, or like, it wasn't so serious all the time. It was fun, and that fun just created wins.
When he won the championship, he did what he needed to do. He had an extremely fast car. Those guys never stopped working. And I have a ton of respect for Josh and his driving ability.
Man, Waterman is fast, huh? Hiya! Wow! Wow! You bump and run!
We didn't pay any attention to any of that until afterwards. We probably should have, because we probably could have beat him.
Monahan has it. Meyer wants it. It's still side by side. 1 lap to go.
Shawn is for sure one of the most entertaining drivers. I would have loved to race him more.
Oh! Wow! Oh, Shawn is going to get him back! Oh, he said!
That's why the division is so popular, because rubbing is racing, but slamming someone is even more like racing.
The live wire, Chris Meyer.
I really enjoy driving with Alan.
I always watched Alan in the late models, and then when he came to street stocks, it was like, I finally get to race one of these legends. That was really fun, racing against Alan in the street stocks.
Wow, digging. Got him.
Driver who has won more street stock races than anyone in Waterford Speedbowl history, Al Stone!
Being able to pass Eddie's record with the most wins was a good accomplishment, and it was cool to be able to keep it onto this side of the river. I would consider Eddie the king of the street stocks.
So here's a funny story about Al, and I don't know if it helped him or hurt him, but the car that I'm driving today, I helped my cousin Jesse build, and we brought it up on a practice, and Al and his dad were there practicing with their car, and I had Al take out Jesse's car. I'm like, take this out and let me know if the brakes are good, does it steer, does it do its thing, blah, blah, blah. And Al went out on the racetrack, and within a couple, 2 or 3 laps, he's in the outside groove passing people. And I'll be honest with you, I had never seen Al up there before in his entire life. When he came back in, he told his father, I wish my car turned like this one. And, you know, racing is a lot of times, you're out there trying to hit a target where you don't know where the bullseye is. And I think putting him in a car that actually turned and the brakes worked, and everything did what it was supposed to, he realized what he was shooting for. He learned where the target was. And from that point on, he just kind of takes off. And, he had his own era.